So everybody's talking about J Lo and her tour being canceled. I guess I'm gonna give my take, but I was reading this article that said that people were celebrating that strong women are failing in business. I think it's not really about people celebrating the failure, but I think what really is causing a stir is that she's saying that she wanted to spend time with her family, and you know that you have a family already, so that's just a terrible excuse. Just you might as well just say that the sales weren't good, and just the album was a flop, which happens. I mean, her being a failure means that she's a millionaire. So it's not like she's struggling to pay her rent like the rest of us are. So she's in another level. She has millions and millions and millions. So if you release an album and it's not a commercial hit, and then you invest $20 million in a documentary that people just didn't seem to resonate with, and who cares? It's like, I'm just gonna take a little time off and enjoy my millions, and doesn't matter. So I really think it's kind of a non-issue. Of course, it's gonna sell because the story, or there's people interested in her. But I think she's. I mean, seems like she's very hardworking. I'll give her that, and she's a great dancer. I really, when I see her dance, she's like really, trying to get to the next level with the dancing. So I really enjoy that. I think she's overexposed because she had a, well, the tour is not happening, but she had a documentary, a new album, sangria line. She has like a wine company or something. I think she still has a company, like a clothing company. She used to have a restaurant. She's just like all over it, and I think that saturated people a little bit to just see her doing so much. Oh, she's also on the subways here in New York. I remember with a line of bras or something like that, like underwear for women. It's just like you're just doing too much, and I think that could be a little bit like people are just like enough, like just go away for a little bit. Um, but anyway, going back to the original topic, I don't think people are celebrating that somebody didn't do well. I think they're more mocking the stupid reason she gave to say she canceled her tour instead of just saying, hey, I just didn't do well, but you knew you had a family before, so who cares? And to be honest, I have like so little interest in her and her love life, or really anybody's like love life. It just doesn't. It really doesn't appeal to me at all. Like when I hear that people got divorced or they got together, it's like I couldn't care less. It's like just do your own thing, and I don't give a. Anyway, and what else? Oh, I wanted to bring up that I'm actually really interested in the musical that she seems like she filmed a movie called Kiss of the Spider Woman, and I think that's a good decision for her career. That's gonna be because not necessarily because of her. I'm hoping that she's gonna be good in the movie, but it's such good material. It's one of the best musicals that I've seen in my life. Life changing back in the day, 1994, 1995, when it uh, opened on Broadway, and well, I saw it in Buenos Aires, but and the other thing that I wanted to bring up is that I remember back in the day, in the early 2000s, there was Britney was on tour, Christina was on tour, and Jessica Simpson was on tour. And I remember that Britney had an Onyx Hotel tour or something, and she fell and canceled the tour all of a sudden. So it very likely was because of lack of ticket sales as well. And at the same time, Christina was gonna do back to basics tour, something like that, and also she canceled it, and she claimed that it had technical difficulties. Also, poor ticket sales. She didn't even go on at all. And then the only one that finished her tour was Jessica Simpson, that was doing the reality tour after the success of her album In the Skin, and she was also on MTV's Newlyweds, and it was very popular at the time. And I remember she was the only one that sold the entire concert and finished her tour back in the day. So it happens often. It's I We love to talk about it, but in all reality, J Lo is far from being a failure. She has more money than all of us together. So I wish I was a failure, just like she is, and had all that money in the bank. That's all I'm gonna say. But I'm not sticking up for her or anything. I think her reasons, she definitely oversaturated the audience with all these projects, and hopefully she's gonna start picking better projects and focusing on less things, and that's gonna be better, I think, for her career. But that's just what I think. Who cares? They're rich. They don't need our attention anymore at this point. Anyway, that's all I have to say. But of course, I'm giving them my attention, so that doesn't make sense. So the last part we can just forget about.